Hi everyone, my name is Fatimah Almathami. I'm a researcher at the University of Queensland, Brisbane, Australia. I would like to thank Finding Ada conference team and a special thanks to Sue. Please excuse me if I pronounce your name wrong. I would like to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to participate in such an amazing event. So today I will talk about increasing women participation in STEM as it's my research interest and focus. So agenda of this presentation will talk about how to define the issue holistically and find a solution. Then we will go in detail of recruitment strategies, including attraction, shortlisting, selection, and support. So why are we focusing on STEM? We focus on STEM because it's critical role in the transmission of our daily life and our perception of how to live. And because it's changing the global economy and it's a promising career. And the gender gap in this area is extremely large. So we need to really know why aren't there more women in this field despite their success and their giant achievement. So this issue won't just go away. So let's talk serious. Addressing such an issue isn't feasible. So in order to identify this issue, we need to decently identify the causes of this underrepresentation from all and different angles. Finding the deep root of each cause, so when we address it, we can find a better solution. So lots of studies and experiments have paid a lot of attention on attracting women to work in a STEM field, but inequality still persists until today. So many recent studies try to diagnose the causes and the core causes of this underrepresentation. So most common causes we can summarize in biases in schools and workplaces and gender stereotyping, perception of women, and the idea this work environment is more men suited than women. So we need to look at early development. So from primary and high school. So if we go there and see their achievement, we can find girls sometimes perform better and get better grades than boys. Yet they are the less group in the system when it comes to higher education or workplaces. So female who try to pursue computer science at university level or medicine or any other field like a STEM related field, they find themselves being outnumbered by male during their higher education. So this disparity caused most of women to drop out. This imbalance isn't helping by falling trend of female taking up science, math, and computing courses. So it causes even like more problem when it comes to future career. Um, so underrepresentation, if we look underrepresentation, women make up a small percentage of all of these fields despite their success and achievement. As we said, the most common causes are perception of women, gender stereotype, male-dominated field, lack of women with STEM degrees, and fewer role model and recruitment strategies. So one of the main causes of gender disparity and women underrepresentation in this field is gender stereotyping. And it has been like long impact from like centuries ago. So women are seen as capable of taking care of the housework and raising family and taking care of everyone, while men are good at work and the financial support of their family. Another gender stereotyping is another negative stereotyping is that girls and women abilities in STEM persist despite their considerable gains and performance in this area. It's persist unseen. or unconsiderable. So if a male did some success, we will see him like in media and news and everywhere. Women have like less attention of their success uh, when men have like all of this attention. So such a stereotype, like even like in school, girls are not as good as boy in math, and also scientific work is better suited to boys and men. As early as elementary school, children are aware of these stereotypes, and they can express stereotypical beliefs about which science courses are suitable for them. So these actually, lots of study found that girls and women are actually found aware of this negative stereotyping of them, and this negatively affected their stereotypical image of a scientist as a main field. So our cause is perception of women. So women are seen, and especially in technology field, women are seen as IT user, while men are seen as IT creator. So this assumption of women has negatively impacted them, even like women started to believe in this idea. Also, there is a perception of women that all female would adopt same approaches in all scientific field or all STEM area, and they are not suited for these tasks like science tasks, technology tasks, engineering, mathematics, medicine. So the consequences of this perception has caused women to be seen are not a good worker as men. So as a result and consequence of this idea and perception of women, they miss many opportunities as these are promising fields, and they are unable to progress in their future career. So this perception of women being seen not suited for this task has caused like lots of having like insufficient work, or we have like unqualified work. As we know, like diversity will increase the creativity, will increase the efficiency, the effectiveness of everything, because we have like lots of diverse idea, not only gender idea. So also men are seen capable, while women perceived are less capable in this area, and they will have like saying they don't have like lots of commitment like men because of their house load and taking care of their family, and they won't perform as men, and they will not take like lots of approaches, lots of path to find like solution for any um, let's say for any like problem issue they face. They will not be like having different thoughts, different ideas on how to progress and solve this issue. So this perception, as I said, have negatively affected women participation and presence in this field. It's not only it's not only a loss of women, but it's like a disadvantage to the field itself because it lacks diverse ideas. So moving to next one, male-dominated field. So we all know working on one gender-dominated field is a dissatisfaction environment. So it's hard to work on and keep on working. So women who find themselves working on male domain field find themselves or consider themselves in a dissatisfaction environment. They are seen as an outsider, are not welcomed, are not they can't get along or have like some social life with their colleagues. So as I said, like women working in this dominated culture, they find it like a masculine culture, so find it hard to fit in. Also, women working on male domain environment find it sometimes they experience some offensive male behavior. Um, Also, they say, like in some studies, women interviewed, they say they are get reminder every time of their differences. Women experience this gender stereotyping we talked about, and the perception of women by their male colleagues. So all of these like environment they experience during their work, and when they try like to keep on the work, they find it really hard because they feel unaccepted. They hard to cope on. They hard to work within such like environment. So as a result, they try like to drop out. So it's really hard to find like mentor women and to have like other women colleagues to work with, so women feel themselves like isolated. Also, all of these issues affecting their social well-being, so they try so they decide to drop out. Also another perception of them, they are get reminder uh, they won't solve problem or they won't produce work as men because they will be like distracted by all of their housework, by their like familial aspect, taking care of their children. Women would think what to do when they go home, or what to do with their kids and stuff like that. So they will be distracted all the time during their like daytime working business hour. So lack of women with a STEM degree, all of these obstacles which start from like elementary and high school, even like with their success, with their performance in this degree, so they find this cultural obstacle barriers. These studies are men suited. Boys are perform more than female. Boys are successful in this field. So that's especially when female decided actually to go with this field. When they reach their university level of studies, they find themselves on a lecture room that outnumbered by male. So they find themselves as like an outsider. They find themselves, it's like in a weird place. They don't fit in that environment while all of the surrounding are men. So they drop out of their studies and find other like social sciences studies or other studies. So as a result, we end up with less women with these degrees. This less women with this degree, we ended up with less role model in workplaces. So fewer role models. The small proportion of female role models is a consequence of the underrepresentation we have been talking about from like early ages. Also, even like in media and news, when a male success in this field, we will say like all over news, all over the media, all over like in all places, poster in the street. But when women success, would they have like less attention? So even like women themselves, they can't see like they don't find their role model. So despite their success, we have been like there is a long history of successful women in STEM. For example, if we talk about Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, everyone like know them. It's all over the media, all over the news, but women have like less attention by media, by news, by everything. So that has built up in our young children and young generation. They see like all of these successful STEM fields are men, so it's men suited field instead of women. So we need a more focus of media, more coverage of our women. So we are all glad we have seen like for the first time two women has won Nobel Prize for chemistry this year, but we still haven't got that attention as men have. Moving to the next. So, recruitment strategy. We will talk more in details about the successful pathway of recruitment, of diverse and inclusive recruitment. So, starting with attraction of job, shortlisting the best candidate as the next step, then selecting the right candidate, finally support to help retention. So, attraction. What we mean here by attraction. So, we need to change our recruitment strategy to attract more women in this field. So, we have like each um, industry or each employer, they should have their own brand of attraction. So attracting candidates, it's a long term. It doesn't start from like graduate. We need to have it. We need to have like a trust built with the young generation. So attraction strategy is split into two brand attraction, focusing border value and brand perception. So we attract the candidate focus on how to successfully fulfill the role they are applying for. So why it's matter? It gives opportunity to nurture a meaningful relationship with the community and uh, take the legwork out of candidate attraction. As I said, it's a long-term strategy that will change the nature of the search for high-quality women candidate. Also, this will enhance the effort for a broader, diverse recruitment. So it's an ongoing process. It's not about a specific cycle or recruitment for a single role. So it's like a cycle. It's a cycling process. So why it's important? We need like to know. We need to consider our visual imagery across all internal. So with our brochure, with our ads, with everything, when we have like the proposal, books, sponsorship, engagement with community, stuff like that, we need to change the perception of these candidature opportunities. So demonstrate a diverse and successful workforce. We need to attract like a specific, we have like we need to have a specific strategies to attract a candidate from like young ages. With our like poster in the street, we have like all of gender, color, ethnicity, race. So these will grow up with our children. So when they grow up, they have like this image built in their like unconscious mind. So when they see it, they will think, well, okay, when I grow up, I can have that job. When I grow up, I can be a doctor, I can be a technician, I can be a mathematician, a physician, and stuff like that. So it starts from early age. We have to be unbiased. We have to teach our children. We have to teach our like human resource community in our industry. When you are recruiting someone, be unbiased. Be unbiased. Don't consider the race, the name, the color, their orientation, their gender. Be biased. Look for what they can do to fulfill that role. So shortlisting. When we start with shortlisting, we should do something as in like blind shortlisting. We should have like a community within our industry to do a blind shortlisting for our human resource or whoever is interviewing or selecting this candidate. So they wouldn't know the name, they wouldn't know their gender, their color, their ethnicity or race. Why it matters? It matters so we can select and hire the perfect candidate. And we will be able to recruit more women candidates through this process. So we don't have that bias. Oh, it's a male and a female are applying for this job. So we should have like a standard to focus in. So before interviewing these candidates, while we are actually shortlisting them, as I said, it should be blind shortlisting. How we start doing that, we have like a different community. They will take the names, they will take the other details, even age, color, their orientation, their gender, their background, everything. So they only outline their success, their CV, like their degrees, their experience, and stuff like that. Um, so when it comes to selection, as we have like a blind shortlisting, selecting women candidate or selecting a candidate to a job is challenging. So even tough during the interview. So the most common method is following during selection is asking a question that is not sometimes relevant to the job. So it's important that selection method focuses on gathering evidence of the candidate suitability for the realities of the role. So during the interview, we can have like different communities, as in like HR, an expert of that field, and like a third party who can have like a broader view or image of that role. So we have like a diverse idea when we select the candidate. So during the interview, asking the candidate how to fulfill their role, we will have like that diverse, broader image to consider their suitability of that role, and to know if if she or he is qualified for this job. So that take a long process. That will take a long time process. It's not like one cycle, it's an iteration process. We have to have it like in every industry to ensure the equity and diversity inclusion is existed. So how to start? We can see like there are like lots of industry. They actually implement these methods. Like we have industry implemented blind shortlisting, industry implemented attraction from early ages, industry implementing selection, but each industry have implemented one method of these things, but we haven't found an industry implementing all of these. So while I was working and gathering all of these, I considered if one industry have all of these methods, it can be successful. So it can be like our role model industry for increasing diversity and inclusion for this this area or field. So we need to rethink about our interview, our interquestion. So while questioning the candidate, we should consider appropriate question that only focusing on the skill and the potential role they will occupy. So we need to diversify selection panel, as I said. So once it's diverse, we can have we can actually select the right candidate and the best person for the role. So moving to support. Support is aiming to enhance retention of our worker despite of their gender and their background, ethnicity, and their language. So the aim of the support, we all know it's a challenging things to achieve, but the aim of it is to enhance retention of our best candidate. So how do we enhance that? First, by trying to close gender gap, pay gap, and create equitable environment and organization. So we need to to plan talent development program that being as soon as the individual junior joins the company, we have like all of these things implemented, or we have this in place. So we actually think about everyone. We maximize candidate success, and we can ask them for creating new idea of supporting strategies and method programs the industry can follow. So why it matters? It matters to truly diverse and include the businesses. This will not only benefit the candidate or the employees, but it will actually promote the organization, and it will accelerate the development of that organization or industry. That will accelerate the success, the creativity, the achievement. So it will increase the effectiveness of each environment, while we have like a diverse group with diverse idea, diverse target and stuff like that. So how to start? We need to implement like a different community. We have to have it doesn't have to be like a large community, like a small community. They will gather individual need, like each individual in that industry, so they can build like a development program for inclusive culture. So yeah, why it's important? It will increase all of these things. So when we start like support, we need to keep in mind what does success in this role look like, so we can support our candidate to success. We can help the employee to attain it, and we need to create a training program that gives the individual an advantage from the outset. And how do we create an organization that evolves every hire with every hire? So can we set this individual up with a mentor to enroll them in a mentoring program, so we support each individual to success in their career. But also we need to focus on their psychological safety. We need to consider their social well-being. We need to consider how they can get along together, how we create a healthy environment. So all of these should be taken in consideration in every single organization and industry to increase their diversity and inclusion, not only for women. So this is the simple process which will create a change in every organization. So we consider these strategies we mentioned. As I said, it has been implemented in different organizations, but they haven't been as in that order. So I gathered all of them, and I try like to combine all of them to be implemented in one organization, so we can follow these steps. So consider this organization, modify to implement it in like other future organization and industry. So we modify to fit that environment. See the result. If it's successful, so we can have like our roadmap for each organization and industry. So we share that success and consider alternative, and we consider solution for the failed ones. So we never underestimate the little thing. As I said, never underestimate what changes can simple things make. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you, everyone. I hope this presentation is somehow a benefit to organization and to help women, increase women participation in this field. Thank you, everyone. Here is my contact. Connect with me if you have any question. Thank you, and see you later.